I'm crazy about Bob's today. Dear Bob, I guess you've seen.
I like your tan pants.
Yeah, I like your tan pants. You know what? I guess you've seen all the tales of doom and gloom on the news. Well, we want you to know that we've got your stimulus package over here at, Crazy Eddie's Used Cars. So here's what we have for you today. I want to give you a car today. That's right. I actually want to give you a car today. I'm so confident that you're going to love the car that you have. I know you want a new car. You know you want a new car. Everyone wants a new car the day after they just got a new car. We got plenty of new cars down here. Come on down. Pick out a car that you want. We'll sign all the paperwork, but I want you to take it home. I'm going to give you a $100 gift certificate to your favorite restaurant. So you take your wife out. I'm going to fill that car up with gas for you. You take it home, drive it for a week. If you like it, then I'll take this paperwork, submit it to the bank, and the car's yours. If you don't, bring it back. No questions, no hassles, no harm. All right? Probably going to get like 10 dudes come in, 5 of them bring the car back, the other 5 keep it. Okay? If you don't do it, you're going to get nothing. All right?
That's totally true.
It's totally, but it's just like, it's easy. It's like, here's the car. There's none of this pressure junk. If you want it, we'll fill out the paperwork. We'll hold on to it.
Right.
Drive it home. Here's $100. Take your wife out to dinner. Of course, now on a psychological, you already know this. From the psychological level, we're working all kinds of magic here.
Of course.
But just people being people. Yeah. Now, see what's going to happen. Like, some business owners are going to see it. They're like, man, that's awesome. I'm going to try it. Others will see it and go, well, I know people are going to bring the car back, and then they'll have had to give them $100 and a free tank of gas. That's the wrong way to look at it. First of all, the whole scarcity thing is bogus.
And let's bring that up, because this is one of the things I wanted to bring up with you, because I think you embodied this, Frank. You really do. So many people fear drives so many people. We live in a world where the messages are now, they're on your BlackBerry or your iPhone. They're everywhere. Yeah. It's all gloom and doom, right? Yeah. And there's realities that change in the economy. There's no question, but there's always an opportunity. So how do you get people beyond that scarcity? Because so many people, you said, they're going, I'm not going to do that. They're going to take advantage of me, or they're going to come from a place that I can't afford to do that. How do you get people beyond the scarcity thinking? Because you're good at it.
Well, you just have to be okay with the fact that some people are going to do that. First of all, it's like, yeah, so what? But let's say you get 10 people to come with the car dealer example, all right? You get 10, you send out let's say they send out 1,000 letters to their customers, okay? And then we'll come back to the scarcity philosophy, but I want to address the business person who's just like watching this going, I just want to make enough money to pay the bills next month. Like, hurry up, right? So you spend $1,000 sending out the letters to your customers who already know, like, and trust you and have demonstrated they want your stuff. In this car example, costs you $1,000 max, right? And that's like if you use really fancy paper, all right? So now you're in it for $1,000. Let's say 10 people come in and take you up on it, all right? So you have 10 cars on the street. Let's say your average markup per car is $2,500. Actually, I think that is the average markup for a car, or it was. Who knows now, So now you have $25,000 in potential profit on the street. It's costing you $100 in these gifts, gift certificates.
Right.
So you spent another $1,000. So now you're in it for $2,000, and let's say it might have cost you $500 max to fill up all 10 of those cars if you use like super gas or something. So you're in this whole thing for $2,500. All right. If everybody but one person brings the car back, you're at least going to break even, right? But you're probably, in offers like this, you usually can figure on about 60% of the people keeping it, and unless you're you, and we've tested some of these offers with you, and like everybody keeps the stuff, which is great, but for most people, it's about 60% no matter what. So you're going to profit either way. You just have to be willing to reverse the risk. See, we get caught up in scarcity too, but our prospects also get caught up in scarcity. So if we can alleviate that pain for them, they will in turn alleviate that pain for us. And talk about a breath of fresh air. For the customer. In this particular, you're kidding me? You're going to give me a car and $100 and like be cool to me? This has never happened ever. I'm going to go tell every single person I know.
And now you got viral marketing.
Now and then the next step to that, and I promise we're going to get to the scarcity thing in a minute. I just don't want to lose my frame of thought here. The next step to that is now you can start putting instead of having the ad, the full color like idiotic ad that everyone else has, you can have an ad that says local car dealer loses mind, gives away car, and pays people to drive them.
That's great.
And then staff reporter, Bloomfield Street today, Bob Jones has gone completely crazy and has decided to give away cars. Yes, you heard me correctly. He's giving away cars and paying people to drive them as part of his new Life is Great sale. Whatever. And then now you got something people are paying attention to, and you got a reason to act, So there's that. Now, the scarcity thing. I just believe there's more than enough for anyone. And I learned this at your thing, Unleash the Power Within, which was such a great thing from just a personal development thing, as from like me watching someone really communicate well. It was unbelievable, masterful. But you had this metaphor, and I hope I'm getting it right, because I can't misquote you because you're right here. You know, I usually would, but he's right there. You know, you said something like, you know, you made the comparison of money and water. And you said that if you have to go to the ocean and get 400,000 gallons of water, you're not going to be freaked out that you're going to drain the ocean.
Yeah.
You know, their only task is going to be like, well, I just got to keep going back and back to the ocean. Eventually, then it's going to get a bigger bucket.
Right.
You know, and that really hit home to me, because it was like, you know, there really is no scarcity of money at all. So we see this stuff on the news, and people are saying, you know, well, the money's gone, the money's gone. The money hasn't gone anywhere. Yeah. It's not like the evil money fairy has come and taken the money away. You know, well, it's December 24th, we're going to come get the money, and we're going to abscond with it and bury it in a cave in Mexico, and they'll never, you know, no, that's ridiculous. This money's just flowing around. Yeah. Like literally just going all around, you know. So if your scarcity, if your fist is closed, it cannot receive. That sounds good. I didn't come up with that. I wish I had. You know, I don't know who did, but really, that was a good one. But you know what I mean? If you're freaked out, you're not going to get anywhere. It's just
if you come with a thimble, what are you going to leave with? No matter how big the ocean is, right?
Exactly right. So there's and it's been demonstrated time and time again. There's absolutely no shortage of money. And you know, a business owner can say, well, my customers are not buying right now. That's absolutely not right. Some of them might not be buying.
Or someone was saying the other day, people are still buying coffee. They're just not buying as many of them aren't buying $4 coffee.
Yeah, well,
but, you know,
here's the deal. Have you ever gone to, you're driving down the road and you see a trailer park or whatever, and you see this completely dilapidated trailer that looks like at any minute, if you look at it too hard, it's going to fall down. So you're like, look at it, the reflection of it in the mirror as not to somehow make it fall down. And you notice like the brand new satellite on top of it, you know. So it's like this, the thing's about to implode on itself.
Well, it comes back to what you said at the beginning. Do they really, really want it? You know?
Yes.
Do they have the money is less of a piece? Do they believe you? Come back to those three you started out with.
Yeah.
But if you don't believe yourself, if you don't believe in your own value of your own product, your own service, you don't believe it's really going to, you know, add value to somebody's life in a significant way, you're not going to have the conviction to use any of these tools. You're not going to have the conviction to follow through on anything.
Exactly right. Exactly right. And you know, I think that like what we're witnessing right now, and these times of economic uncertainty, which I refuse to participate in, by the way. It's just not going to. It's like, oh, well, y'all have fun with that. I'm not going to mess with that. Enjoy it and tell me when it's over. I'll be right over here. Right. But it's a transfer of money. We're witnessing a very rapid transfer of money from people who have done lots and continue to do dumb stuff to people who have done and continue to do smart stuff. Right. So to bring it back to business, the dumb stuff is running the ads that say best selection, lowest prices. That's dumb. Keep doing that. You're going to be on this side of the transfer. Right. You know,
it's only a matter of time. If you aren't hurting now, you're going to be hurting eventually.
Exactly.
So let's take another example, and I know the theme is there, but just so people think outside the box, give me a business that you think of as antithesis of the car business, and how would you attack it?
Lawnmowers. Okay. I mean, well, it's like, I come from Macon, Georgia. I mean, so you know, that was like I would call on the lawnmower shop or something. So the typical ad, the typical marketing is business is so incestuous. You know, like we go. If you think about it, it's all this box thinking. Like, well, I didn't, but so many people go to college or whatever, and they read the book, and the book is the standardized thing, and they have the professor in the suit, and they say, well, here's what you do, and then, well, everyone else in business is running these type of ads, and so lawnmower guy's going to run an ad. He's selling his lawnmowers. He's going to run an ad that's going to say, you know, Eddie's Lawnmower Shop, established 1953, phone number. That's it. Like, wow. So who's buying lawnmowers? Typically, it's going to be a guy. For lots of men, mowing the lawn is a pain in the ass. For lots of other men, mowing the lawn is a fun way to have a little bit of solitude. And, well, I mean, you know, there's no sense in a fun way to have a little bit of solitude, and like, you know, he shows off his yard like that show King of the Hill. Yeah, you know what I mean? The Hank Hill thing, that's based on real people. Yeah. You know, and those people are cool, right? So I'm the guy, I'm Eddie of Eddie's Lawnmower Shop. My commercial no longer is going to be, hello, come on down to Eddie's Lawnmowers. We have lawnmowers, and we have always had lawnmowers, and we'll continue to have them, so you should buy them from us. You know, I don't even think the commercials are that good. Instead, you know, I would educate the customers and be like, Hey, buddy, it's Eddie from Eddie's Lawnmower down here, and I'm just like stereotyping lawnmower, but they all talk like this, okay? Yes, they teach you that at lawnmower school. So they're going to be like, I'm Eddie from Eddie's Lawnmower down here, and what we have out here today, you see behind me, is a cross diamond hatch pattern that you might have seen Sunday night at the Atlanta Braves game. When you were watching that internal field, you notice how they had it looks like little diamonds on there. I'm going to show you how to do it. Now, what we got here is the escalator blade on the lawnmower, and Jimmy, crank that sucker up there, Jimmy. Jimmy's going to run across here, and he's going to do it. You do 10 diamond crosses like this, then you come back here and you do 10 more. Now, what you're thinking, my lawnmower would never do that, and you're probably right. And that's why I want to talk to you today right now. We've got a brand new selection of snapper lawnmowers. I want you to have one. Your yard's going to be a lot cooler than everybody else's yard, and they're going to talk about how cool your yard is. Now, I know times are hard for a lot of people. They might be hard for you. They're certainly hard for a lot of other business people out here. Well, here's what we're going to do. I want you to take this lawnmower home. Do what I've just told you to do. If people don't come over here to your house and tell you that you've got the coolest looking yard and ask you how you did it, I want you to bring that lawnmower back. I will give you a case of Budweiser right now. All right, so just come on down and see me. Now, I'm scared they're going to run out of beer, so I'm going to have to end this offer Monday afternoon at 7:30. The end. But now you've got the whole thing.
You're really scaring me. The depth of you understand about lawnmowers. I got to tell you that, bud.
I've cut my
your southern roots are coming out, baby.
But you know what I mean?
Beautiful.
So it's really a message to market match there, but it's a reason you engage them. So a big part, to tie it all back into mass control, and what I've learned from you, a big part of all that's a major pattern interrupt.
Yeah.
Right? So I will attempt to define what the pattern interrupt is, in regards to what we're going on here.
You do it, but you also do it, and you use humor. There are many ways to break a pattern, but you use humor so often, but a warm humor, not a humor that's biting usually, which is really
there's
wonderful.
No fun in that.
Yeah, please continue.
So the guy's watching TV, okay? The Eddie's Lawnmower prospect is watching probably the baseball game that was mentioned in the aforementioned commercial, this fake commercial, right? And he's like, oh, there comes a damn commercial in there. And then immediately there's pattern interrupt because it's not a preachy commercial. It's like guy speaking his language, referencing his experience right now, saying, hey, that is cool. I'm going to show you how to do it. And then instead of best selection, lowest prices, it's like, look, here's how you do this. And by the way, you could do it with this thing that I've got, and you should come buy it because of X, Y, Z. So it's really a formulaic pattern.
Right.
It's just you interrupt pattern with some humor or something. If you're not funny, then just like say, hello, my name is Neil. I am the most boring accountant in the world. And before you slip into a coma, I want you to understand that if you don't get my accounting services, Uncle Sam is going to show up your house with a gas mask. Okay, well maybe not, but he could. So you should, whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you just go for it.
Just become
like
a kid and go on a rant almost.
Just
to some
really,
extent.
that's all you got to do. I swear to you, that's all I do. That's like the whole, don't tell anyone, but that's the whole secret. I just sit there and go on these rants. But it's what we all want.
Yeah.
So if I'm in the lawnmowers, I'm like, man, that was awesome. And then then you become like, man, you see Eddie lawnmower commercial again, that was awesome.
Right.
And they're like, oh, I want to go. I want to say, I'll wait till Eddie gets back for lunch, and then I'll buy it from Eddie. Right. So now, like, Eddie, will you tell me how did you do that? It becomes a whole thing, and you become a celebrity in your marketplace, which is what my style marketing is really all about.
Right. Tell me, what somebody's brand new, they don't have a business yet, they don't have a product yet. We kind of touched on it by showing how you did it with the parents, but give us the action plan for that person. They're sitting here right now watching and go, okay, this is wonderful. I'm entertained as hell by Frank. This man's funny as hell. He's making a hell of a lot of sense to me. I really want to have my own business, or I really want to have a new source of income. I really want to have some freedom or some choices. Maybe I don't want to give up what I'm doing. Maybe I'm doing really well at what I'm doing, but maybe I'd like to have something on the side of that. So a new product, a new service. They don't yet own a business. Give me the first 3 to 5 steps. What do they do?
Well, I would strongly advise going into the information marketing business, which translates into Kernese as selling how-to stuff on the internet.
Why?
Why would I do that?
Why information versus other items?
Well, we're in the information age, apparently. That's what someone said, and it had sounded really good. But so many people are online right now. Why do you get online? You don't get online to manifest a doorknob or something. You want to read something. You're getting information. All we do. Everyone's got the BlackBerry, the BlueBerry, the new whatever berries coming out now, iPhone, and the email stuff. So it's all information. That's what's going on right now. When people get online and they're looking for stuff, they're either looking to buy a hard commodity or they want to find out how to do something. And you watching this, how many times have you gone online to figure out how to do anything? Where should I go on vacation? So you're looking for instructions or advice.
Right.
Okay? So what we have with the internet right now is the ability to immediately determine how many people are looking for something. Okay, so you can have any idea. You can say underwater basket weaving, and you could go to google.com/ads. I hope that's the right URL. It's called Google AdWords program. If you Google AdWords, they'll tell you. They have a tool in there. You sign up for a little account, it's free, and they've got a little tool. You can type in a word. It'll tell you how much search volume can be expected to be gotten from that word, which means here's how many people, based on us, the biggest search engine ever, are looking for that thing. And that's but we've never had that.
Right.
We've never had it. So you can go, and let's say you have a passion, and let's say your passion is ballet instruction. All right, or let's say it's even more obscure than that. It's how to run an efficient ballet instructional business because you took ballet and your teacher was dumb, but you know the right way to do it. It doesn't matter. All right, so you can go to this little tool and you can type in ballet instruction. You might see that like 40,000, 50,000 people are searching for that every month. Luckily, the way the internet works and the way search engine advertising works is you can buy an ad, so your ad will only be shown when somebody types in ballet studio administration or whatever you want to advertise under. And then you only pay when someone both sees your ad and then clicks on it to go to your website.
Right.
So this is the equivalent of going to your local, for a regular business, quote unquote. I guess now we're the regular business. It's an old school business, going to the television station and say, listen, I'll be happy to buy a lot of commercials from y'all, but I only want to pay you every time someone comes into my store. Right. It's unheard of, but we can do it now. So you only pay when someone comes to your website. So what happens is you've got this, first of all, that you can literally create that whole scenario, set up an account and buy ads for starting with $20, and you can have people coming to your website tomorrow.
Right.
So, it used to be, well, I got to get a business license and rent a place and outlay all this. If you have $20 now, you can at least be moving.
It's amazing.
You know what I mean? And the reason I suggest information is because it's so easy and inexpensive to create.
Right.
So I'll give you a little nugget. Here's the formula, okay? You find a group of people that are looking for something. You find out what they want in terms of information, and then you give it to them. So let's say the parrot example, and parrots, I've been teaching this for years, so everyone's doing parrots. Don't go do parrots because there's too much competition. You know what I mean? It's my parrot business doesn't exist anymore because I taught everyone else how to do parrot. Right. But you go to parrot thing and you determine that all these people were searching for parrot information, and then it'll show you related terms they're looking for, and you can find out a large majority of them are train parrot to talk.
Right.
So then you might not know how to train a parrot. I certainly don't. The birds actually make me a little nervous. They really do freak me out. I want you get that parrot away from me, man. That thing's, have you seen the beaks on them? They're huge. So you can go to a website called guru.com. And you can post a job on Guru. And this is like reverse eBay. So you go to eBay and you sell something and people, you go to Guru and you say, I want to hire an expert to interview on the topic of parrot training. And then all the parrot experts will say, you should hire me because this, and this. Here's a sample of my work, blah, blah, blah. It costs usually, when you negotiate the fee with them, the last time I did it, I actually showed my cousin how to do this. He went on to make $3.8 million in his first 24 months, by the way.
Wow.
But the first thing he did was went to Guru. He got an expert to interview for $200. So okay, I'm going to interview you on the telephone. The way you come up with the questions to interview the people with is you look at everyone else who's selling information products in that marketplace, and you see all the big promises they make, and you turn that big promise into a question.
Correct.
So if your competitor's big promise is how to make your parrot talk and sing Mary Had a Little Lamb in 3 steps or less, you say, hey, how do you make your parrot talk and sing Mary Had a Little Lamb in 3 steps or less? So you got 10
you
competitors.
reverse engineer.
And it takes an hour.
Right.
So then you get on the phone with the person and you say, hey, what do you blah, 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 and they say, well, here's what you do. And you record that conversation. You can use a service called freeteleconference.com. I think it's free conference. Just type in free teleconference online. They'll record it for you and everything. You have it transcribed. Now you have a book and you have a downloadable audio file. So you've got yourself a multimedia audio product or multimedia information product, which you're not guessing. See, I don't want to guess. I don't want to tell anyone to go gamble. You know what I mean? Because it's scary. I understand. If I had to do business like the old way, where I hope this works, I'm going to go get a job or something. Yeah, that's horrible. I wouldn't want to do that either. But if you say, okay, 70,000 people a month are looking for this, I can buy them coming to my website for a quarter or 30 cents per person. If I'm selling a $100 course, I don't need that many people to come before I make a sale. I can work it all out.
Right.
And if I know they're buying this, this, and this is what these other people are promising, I can create a product that delivers that promise, and I'm good. You know?
That's awesome.
It's really, really easy. I almost wish we could like, make it.
It's a
We
different
could make
world.
it longer so it would sound harder, so people would believe me. They'd be like, "Oh, well, of course. Well, yes. Well, I forgot about the reverse, or reverse elbow scratcher technique you have to use, or what, But it really is totally that simple. You just go and check it out and do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Frank, tell me, at this stage of your life, what is it that lights you up most, and what is your passion now? And if you're looking at your life and saying, what else is I want to do with my life? You've lived such a diverse life, such an amazing life. What is it for you now?
Oh man, that's a tough one. Well, I'm kind of having a really good time now.
So I noticed.
Yeah. So I'd like to surf more. I'm the 9th worst surfer in the state of California. I'd like to move up to like the 15th worst, maybe 20th.
That'd be good.
Worst. Yeah, that would be good. Professionally, I really, really like meeting someone who is in the position where they had the job that they hated, and they tried this stuff out, and oh my God, it worked.
Yeah.
Because what I think I do at the end of the day is I give people freedom. It's not about money. I mean, we're really like you watching this right now. You know that you want to make money for some reason,
right?
And for lots of people, it's I want to make money to get away from the stress that's trapping me,
right.
Or I want to make money so I don't have to live a life of misery. Going to a job that I hate. I mean, can you imagine? So many people live like this. I have a tremendous amount of compassion for them, but so many people, and there's a statistic like 80% of the people or something don't like their jobs. And
they wear black suits and walk in
totally lame. But you spend like, I don't know, whatever, 70% of your conscious time at a job that you don't like.
Yeah.
And then your life is gone. That's 70, like the other time you're asleep, so we're not going to count that, So 75% or whatever, your conscious waking moment, doing something you don't like, I can't imagine that. So to know that I help people get away from that is really big.
That's very
really
cool.
big.
Very cool. Well, you've been amazing to be with. I have something that I wanted to share with you because Frank, you're one of the rare ones. You're totally sincere. You've got a heart of gold. You're funny as hell. But you take the complex and you make it simple, and because of that, mass number of people can be helped. Mass, no pun intended.
See there, I've got it.
But I really want to thank you for the things you've done to help all of us to be a little bit more illuminated as what's possible. And I'm hoping people back there at home that are watching this will A, see what the opportunity is that can really be done. B, if they're in business, they see that there's a new way to do business. And as you said, in every problem, there is always the gift if you find it. It sounds corny as hell, but it's always true if you look for it. And right now, the benefit of the old world being destroyed is a new world has been created. And if you can get on the front end of it as a business person, you got a different life. But ultimately, it all comes down to, what do you want for your life? What's your lifestyle? What lights you up? What makes your life juicy? And I know for you, it's your family. And I know it's for you, it's surfing. And I also, would you give me what it is I brought here? I also thought there's something else that's here for you.
Oh, man.
Dobro.
Wow.
A little about you.
Oh, that's awesome. I'll read you guys this so you can. To Frank, a brother in spirit, music and friendship are eternal. Love and respect, Tony Robbins. Thank you so much,
You're
Tony.
welcome,
This
brother.
is great.
Yeah.
What a magic moment, huh? All right.
You're the best. And so if you're watching at home and you're wondering, will this really make a difference in my business? I've been around for a while. My hope is that out of this session, people have really seen that innovation and technology are really the basis of business. I say in every session, remind people that if you want to know what business is, go back to Peter Drucker. 101, he says business is two things, marketing and innovation. And we're living in a world where the technology provides an opportunity to do both of those at a cost-effective level that's mind-boggling. The real challenge is, can you really reinvent in your own mind the way you do business and bring it back to what it's supposed to do, what it did originally when we lived in small towns and everybody knew everybody else and your reputation was everything, your relationship was everything. Even though people now, your clients are from all over the world, you can have the same level of relationship if you're the same kind of giver. You went in that small town and what they do? They gave you stuff. They loved you. They knew everything about you. They knew your needs, your wants, your desires. And today you can do that on a massive scale. And that's the beauty. That's why someone can do 18 million bucks in 24 hours, or an internet marketer who, maybe even 10 years ago be lucky to make $100,000 can have an 8-figure or 7-figure income. So this is an opportunity for you as a business owner, or if you're brand new, or if you don't feel like you're free, get free. And Frank Kern is one of the very best in that area. I want to thank you again for this time. I really, really enjoyed it, brother.
It was a blast.
I really enjoyed it.
All right.
God bless.